In this video, I'm going to teach you how to take your games from 0 players to the front page of Roblox and make millions of Robux just by changing your game ideas. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is the sourcing of your game ideas. Now you might be wondering what I'm on about when I say this. Well, if you're using ideas that just popped into your head one day, then that is most definitely a ticket to failure right from the beginning. And why is that? Well, there's one very simple reason for this. You're creating a game that you want to play. And why is that a problem? Well, if you're making a game based on what you think is good, why is anybody else going to find that fun? What's going to make other people actually want to play your game? Making games based on what you want to play is not the way to maximise income whatsoever. So how do you come up with good game ideas? Well, I've compiled a few ways you can go about this. The first method is making short-term, trendy-based games. The second method is creating long-term community-based games. And the third method is creating a mix of the two. Now, before we get into these methods, did you know only 3.7% of my viewers are subscribed? So you gotta subscribe because I really need that 100k plaque. Anyways, these are the methods. So the first method, what do I mean by short-term trendy-based games? Well, there's been loads of trends on Roblox and social media recently. I'm sure you can name a few right now. Yeah. Anyways, the idea of this method is to take something that's currently trending and make a game based off of it. One example would be all these weird skibbity toilet games that have appeared all over Roblox recently. Now, these devs are actually quite intelligent with what they're doing, as they've identified a trend on the platform and capitalised on it, and that's exactly what you need to do. Just make games based on a trend, any trend, as long as it's currently trending on either Roblox or social media. Just don't take ages making it so the trend already has died by the time you release. That's not going to be great for you. Anyways, the second method I'm going to talk about is a long-term community-based game. Well, you'll have most definitely seen it. It's those types of games that just don't really die. Now, why is this a good thing? Well, once you've got a game popular, you're basically set for a few years, maintaining a stable player count that doesn't really die down, which is where the community aspect comes along as well. But the only real issue with this is you need a solid game idea. But how do you get this game idea? Well, if you analyse the top Roblox games that have maintained players throughout the years, you'll see they all have a solid gameplay loop, meaning they can be basically played to death without getting too boring or running out of content. And most people tend to achieve this by adding player competition to their games. For example, Jailbreak, the prisoners and the criminals escape justice while the police attempt to catch them. But how do you come up with such an amazing game idea like Jailbreak? Well, you might have to do a bit of borrowing to make this happen. I'm not suggesting you steal somebody's idea, merely take inspiration from the other games doing well, and that's where the best and most successful game ideas are going to come from. Moving on to the third and final method, this is where you're going to combine the two. This is generally going to be achieved by making a game like a simulator, as they tend to live for ages and ages. But where does the sort of combination come into play here? Well, if you take something that's trending and combine it with a tried and tested gameplay element, such as that of a simulator, of a tycoon or a roleplay game, and come up with something that's not only going to blow up in the short term, but will carry itself somewhat into the future. So that was how you can come up with front page game ideas in Roblox in 2024. If you found this helpful, please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.